Welcome to Hoardganize with professional organizer Rachel Seavey. Every Sunday at 6 p.m., Rachel shares her expertise and compassionate approach to help you deal with overwhelming clutter. Rachel?
Hey, collectors! Welcome to the Hoardganize Podcast. I'm your host, professional organizer Rachel Seavey, and today we are talking about beauty products and cosmetics that still, unfortunately, animal test. If you're following me on social media, you'll know that I'm absolutely outdone. I've reached my threshold. I have the tipping point like we spoke about last week when it comes to beauty products that are still animal testing. And slowly but surely, I personally have been decluttering my own cosmetics and products which still test on animals. It's just shocking to know how many brands still animal test. I found that over 50% of my personal beauty products were not cruelty-free, meaning they still tested on animals. This included Dove soap, MAC makeup, Bumble and Bumble, Aveeno, just to name some of the few that I personally decluttered. And I know a lot of you are environmentalists and concerned about these types of issues, so I hope that I can reach those of you out there, and I really would love to convince you to let go of items that still animal test. I know this is a really hard topic to listen to, and I promise I won't be too graphic or fanatical. I know it's a topic you'd rather much not even think about, but ignorance can be bliss. Deep down, you know it happens. Animal testing is still going on. So while working on yourself and your clutter, it's important that you're mindful of these items that you're acquiring, that you're purchasing, and that you're hoarding. Some of these products are incredibly harsh on the environment and animals, and by buying multiples of these items, you're basically continuing to support companies that still animal test. It's very important, collectors, that you're aware of the things that you buy and where they came from and how they got to you. This is truly part of building your decluttering muscles. We don't want to just aimlessly shop and compulsively buy anymore. We want to be mindful and present. And I know a lot of you really need to work on your impulsive shopping, and this hopefully will slow you down for a minute, at least slow you down enough to read the back of the product, see if it's still animal test, see if they're using cruel treatment on animals to make their products. It's very important to know and be mindful of what you purchase and its effect on the environment, especially when you're hoarding. Now, this doesn't mean run out and get a bunch of cruelty-free products and then start hoarding those. This means that you actually have the choice to choose between products that are cruelty-free and products that still animal test. And the more aware you are of your purchases, hopefully the less likely you are to support these companies. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I personally have been slowly decluttering my own collection. I have some treasured products that I don't know that I can get rid of. Either they're expensive or I really like them. So they're going to be used until the very last drop. And some of them are actually much easier to throw out, like my deodorant. Once I found a deodorant that worked well, I didn't throw away my other regular deodorant until I found one that worked well. And then I was happy to let go of my secret deodorant. I mean, I don't want all that aluminum going into my body, and I really don't need it tested on animals either. I don't know that I can throw away my Chanel perfume. I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm admitting that. I'm definitely looking for an alternative. As you know, I love essential oils. So I do use a lot of essential oils for fragrance, and I love going that route once I run out of my Chanel. And there are actually a lot of cruelty-free fragrances out there. I just got to get out there and check them out. And fragrance is something that's really personal, and you want to try different ones. And so I'm going to be brave. And once I find a cruelty-free fragrance, it'll be a lot easier for me to let go of the Chanel. But I think it's going to be one that I actually use till the very last drop. So how do you start? How do you start becoming cruelty-free? I've just started myself, so I feel like I can share these tips with you. I have 3 tips to get you started. Number 1, you want to take some time and go through the products that you have and look at the back of the product and see if they have a cruelty-free logo on the back. This could be text that says, does an animal test? This could be a leaping bunny. I've seen lots of different styles, but they're very clear about whether or not they animal test. And if you don't see anything on there that mentions it, then they probably do animal test. But I do advise you to go on the World Wide Web. I love Google. Go on there, search, like, is my secret deodorant, is it cruelty free? Is my Suave, hairspray, or whatever it is that you use, MAC makeup, anything, just search on the internet and you'll find out really fast whether it's cruelty free or not. And a couple of outfits, there's so many different websites, but PETA, the People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, they have a great tool on their website that you could do research on a lot of different products. But there's so much information out there on there. I definitely suggest that you get educated, and that makes you more aware. Like I said, you don't want to just be aimlessly buying and mindlessly shopping and supporting companies that are brutal to little animals. So, number 1, go through the products you have, see if they're cruelty free on the back. If you don't know, research them. Number 2, decide if you're okay with just tossing out the item. You can donate items that are still in the package, or if it's precious or expensive to get rid of, are you going to just use it until the last drop? But make a decision. Don't stay in never land and not make a decision. You're either going to keep it and use it until the last drop and never buy that company again, or you're going to throw it away, or you're going to donate it. I get it. Product is expensive. If you buy good hair care, good skincare, it's expensive. And if you haven't used it or opened it and it's still in the package, I get it. You can either use it until it's all gone, or you can donate it. I mean, you don't have to throw away good things. Or you can, if you're feeling brave and you're just upset and unhappy with the treatment of animals from this company that you thought you really trusted and felt safe with, get rid of it. But once it's gone, never support that company again. Tip number 3, research products online that are a cruelty-free alternative to what you need to replace. Now, earlier I mentioned the tool on the PETA website. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can find what products animal test or don't. You can go on, I went on Amazon and I just did cruelty-free, shampoo, cruelty-free deodorant, and there's just thousands of options. I'm not even kidding. And Target actually carries quite a bit of cruelty-free makeup and hair care and skincare as well. A lot of product out there is not harmful to animals. They're not animal testing. It's amazing how many alternatives there are out there. So when you only purchase cruelty-free products, you are helping save rabbits, mice, guinea pigs, rats, and other animals from excruciating tests and an entire lifetime of suffering. Okay? A little bit of guilt there from the PETA website, but I just really like that statement. I mean, my job is to convince you to get rid of things. Right? I mean, I'm a professional organizer. So if it means that I have to guilt trip you or open your eyes to what's really going on in the world, then so be it. And for all of you out there, and I know there's a lot because I see you on social media that call yourself animal lovers, I'm inviting you to purge all of your products that animal test and let me know about it if you want. At the same time, and for the last couple of weeks, I will chronicle my decluttering progress as well. It's been on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So I'm doing this with you. You're not doing this alone. And I mean, again, why are we doing this? I have to tell you, I went online. If you really want to creep yourself out, research animal testing. And I found this description that it's not super graphic, so don't turn it off. But it was just like, I don't know, even know where it was, but it described that claustrophobic feeling of going to the dentist, with everyone all up on you. And I just hate the dentist. Okay. So I guess that's probably why it really hit home to me. I mean, this is how these poor little animals, these little monkeys and bunnies feel, having people in their face and injecting them and applying things on them. And then they just get shoved back in their cage. And this is really the only socialization they have for their whole lives. And then once the animal testing is done, they're euthanized. It's absolutely atrocious. And I personally won't stand for it any longer. So together, how are we going to do this? We're going to review all of our products and cosmetics by looking at the back, seeing if they're cruelty-free, and researching information online. Second, we're either going to trash, donate, or use until the very last drop and never buy again. And lastly, we're going to research alternative products. And again, my dearest collectors, I know you so well, we're not going to overbuy or overshop or start hoarding cruelty-free products. What I want you to do is slow down, go slowly but surely like I am, and replace what items you need to replace with presence and with grace. I want you to be really aware about the purchases that you're making. Don't go on Amazon and fill up your cart, collectors. Just try one product at a time. Like if your shampoo is running out, search online for an alternative. Throw out the one that supports animal testing. Never buy it again. Everything in moderation, collectors. As always, happiness is a place between too little and too much.
Are you embarrassed and ashamed to have people over? Do you need expert advice on the tools you need to begin decluttering? Hoarding and chronic disorganization specialist Rachel Seavey offers one-on-one consultations for people who are ready to make a change. For more information, visit collectorcare.com.
This has been Hoardganize with Rachel Seavey. New episodes are available every Sunday at 6 p.m. and also on the Collector Care YouTube channel. Download Rachel's Affirmations for Collectors on iTunes or Amazon.com. Or sign up for Rachel's blog at collectorcare.com and receive 7 tips for clutter-free living. Thanks for listening.